at Free Enterprise Randomizer Race. I am Ivalon, and I am joined here by Bad Karma. We are going to be hopefully casting this exhilarating race for you here tonight. We have four great runners on the top left. We have Pixel Tamer on the top right. We have Spape D on the bottom left. We have Poorly Drawn Bees, and on the bottom right we have Happy the Bunny. Lots of names that hopefully those who are frequent will recognize. Anything interesting that you're noticing about this seed, other than that it's the same as what was on Monday?
Yep, Monday night's theme was gather your friends and feast. So all of our objectives are to find the 5 characters that are available in the seed. We have Porom, Kane, Fusuya, Edward, and Yang, as well as Rinoa, Quistisel, Selfie. That doesn't sound like the right game there.
Yeah, I think those are Final Fantasy VIII characters. We're playing Final Fantasy IV, so I hope that there's no issue with trying to resolve these objectives.
Yeah, and I'm sure that it'll be interesting to see if we can find some, cross-game portals to get us there and find, all of our friends, no matter which game that they reside in.
God, I wish. Oh, man. The, in-game... Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. The names are being changed now, so we're actually getting the correct objectives up here on the list.
Yep, and while we're getting the objectives fixed, we do have a couple of things to point out for this community race tonight. We have some free shops that are set to wild, so any item in the game can appear in any shop. That means adamant armors, apples, J items, crystal swords, you name it, it's free in a shop.
Yep, and hopefully the characters that we're finding, it looks like we do have a Kane that we do need to get, and we're going to be starting with Edward, but you still need to go find one, if I'm not mistaken, in order to finish the actual objective. Even if you start with one, I think you still have to go get one.
That is correct. So we don't have any free characters on, so we have just the normal checks. We'll start off with an Edward and someone else. Those do not count for our objectives.
You still do want it to be one of the better characters, though, starting with a Kane or a Yang as one of your starting characters would probably be the most ideal here, because Fusuya not going to be starting with those really high-level spells until you get a few bosses beat. So we'll see how it goes. But Porom is definitely a really good white mage to have on hand.
Yep, and we are off, and we will be seeing what our starting key item is.
And a Porom as the second character. We have a Rubicante or Elements, and we have a Diamond Armor. That's bad.
Ooh, that's a little rough to start with.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that. No one to equip that heavy armor until you find the Kane, and even then, Diamond Armor is definitely not something that you're going to want to be going for, given the fact that we have free whatever you want inside of all the shops.
We do have the spoon flag on, so we can find that spoon. Edward can be a pretty big force. We can find some adamant armors in an armor shop somewhere. That really increases the power real early for our teams.
You can also find some J items that are based off of HP and get some apples as well if we don't end up finding the right equipment that we're looking for, and then you can just kind of power your way through Zeromus's counter nukes with some offsetted healings from Porom. And since everybody will have high enough HP to withstand them, you should hopefully never be in a bad spot.
Yep, and our first shop is going to be Starville's, and no divergence from our runners. Everyone's coming to Baron, seeing the other Porom that's required.
Yep, guarded by a couple of Baron Orc Hypo guards, and also finding a Black Belt Gi for a prospective Yang that we will be needing to find. No reason you can't put it on the Edward for the time being, but need a physical attacker that can deal some real damage to wear that Black Belt Gi.
Yep, and we are getting some divergence, and also to point out that was the Baron guard, since it was the 2 blue guards. We didn't see red and yellow hair.
Oh yeah, that's true. There would also be a third guy. No, not if it's only 2 of them.
Yeah, there's an interesting find, though. Happy the Bunny is finding coffins in the Kaipo shop.
That will facilitate a pretty nice grind fight if we see some sirens later on. If they end up needing to go underground, some eggs might be getting cracked to make some omelets, which will then be consumed via XP by the party.
Yep, and there was Dragoon Spears in Agar, some Protect Rings in Kaipo. We are finding some really nice items in the shops early on. There's the gold apples.
You love to see it.
Gold apples,
AG is gold. Wait, AU is gold. AG is silver. Periodic table.
I'll still take it.
You definitely do want to see the gold apples because they just take less time, so it's a little bit easier to get yourself set up. But seeing apples at all is a good thing in general. So finding some Artemis arrows in what looks like the Kaipo shop, that's nice. Find a good bow
Yeah, and
put them together.
Yeah, Fusoya is also our character hanging out in the bed as Happy the Bunny is heading over to Fabul. Gonna get our first look there at those shops.
Might also get the early check there as well, unless he's going to be looking for another character off of Hobbs next. Which it looks like Poorly Drawn Bees is going to be doing right now. She's making her way up to Mount Hobbs to see what character that is, followed in suit by Pixel Tamer.
Smapety unfortunately got stopped by the townsfolk boss in Troya, so had to dance around there for a little bit.
Yeah, I hate to see it. They stand in your way and you can't do anything, and then the music keeps playing and then the music loops and he's still there. Dark Elf on Mount Hobbs.
With our required Edward check, so Poorly Drawn Bees gets to the Dark Elf, she will be the first one on the board.
Getting that first objective done pretty quickly. Good thing to see. It was all but guaranteed because this is one of the easier character checks to go through. With the next easiest probably being what's another character check? Probably Tower of Zot if you have the Earth Crystal. That one takes a little bit longer, but the boss isn't too hard there.
Yeah, I think Baron Inn will be, the next one. Unfortunately, the first two easy checks are duplicate characters, and we do not have duplicate characters turned on.
Yep, so that Edward is going to get absorbed and then discarded immediately upon entering said party. Baron Guards is probably a good idea. Baron Guards is probably a good idea to do after Mount Hobbs. I don't know why I always forget about them.
Well, there's still another boss after, so I'm sure once our runners start chewing on some apples, we'll see. And there's Sirens, Fernie Grind, and the Pass is in Aggr.
Finding the pass early on is very nice too, because it means that if all of our characters are either on the overworld or the underground, then you don't have to go to the moon, or vice versa. If you end up having to go to moon, end up having to go to the moon. There are certain flags in place that might keep that from happening, but I don't think they are turned on in this seed.
You are correct. We do not have the unsafe flag on, so we will not be seeing, a Magna Key or a Hook being the only path to the underground up on the moon, as Pixel Tamer made really short work of that Dark Elf and is the first one on the board with Objective 4 lit up.
Certainly does appear that way with Poorly Drawn Bees working on her Dark Elf fight as well. Looks like we have Pixel Tamer making his way into the Antlion Cave, taking a few treasures and seeing what our boss is here. And it looks like it's the Dark Elves? Or Dark Imps? Yeah, there they are.
Yep, and we do have T. Wildish on, so we can still find a lot of good gear hidden in the chests as well. So that's why we're, even with these free shops, we're seeing a little bit of looting. As Smapety has found the Avenger and a Cat Claw.
That Avenger is going to be very nice for Kane, and the Cat Claw is going to be very nice for Yang. So those are two very good items. If we don't end up finding any of those HP-based J items, then the apples and weapons are going to have to do it for us.
Yeah, fire bombs are somewhere, as Pixel Tamer is using them to take down the Dark Imps, as we have Happy the Bunny and Smapety both chewing on their apples right now.
Yep, we did also find a Gaia drum somewhere. I don't know if it was the only one that we had or if they were in a shop somewhere. It looks like we also have Thor Rages up on Smapety's side. So we have some very nice lightning spells that he can just cast out of his inventory.
Pigtail from the Antlion. If we don't find those adamant armors in a shop, we should still at least get one.
And it's free. Well, I mean, they'd be free either way, but now it's extra free because it's guaranteed.
Gotta find that hook first, though, which nobody has seen yet. All we've seen passes and in this Pinktail.
We will be fighting Baigen at the Baron Inn, who's currently guarding Horum at the table there. We'll see how quickly he gets put down and exactly what key item he will be hiding from us. Meanwhile, there's an elements fight going up on Snape's side. Is this the Fabul?
Yep. Fabul defense for Smaped. Getting that elements fight here is not a big deal. We have enough J items to make pretty short work of this.
Still chowing down on those apples on Happy the Bunny side. Looks like he's almost done with the Edward there. Preferring to get his characters to max HP before doing anything else.
Yep, it's going to make those HP-based items hit extremely hard now. Going to be one-shotting a lot of these overworld bosses, and will make pretty quick work, whereas, we're seeing Poorly Drawn Bees hasn't chewed on her apples yet, is resetting out of the Viking fight.
Yeah, and the spent eating those apples on Happy the Bunny side is going to be offset by the sheer amount of time saved from having the extra HP and the expedited boss fights with those crazy high damaging items. Looks like this is his first time checking the shot. Oh no, he's using the inn. Inns, funny enough, are not free and items don't sell for anything. So good luck.
Yep, you gotta find money, or find some cabins somewhere.
He does have tents.
Yeah, but
use a couple of those outside, but that's not going to get into the full HP for his J items to work.
No, it's not. Oh, and there's the adamant armors in Silvara.
Inside of Mithril. Yeah, Silvara. I almost called it Mithril. Wrong version.
Man, that is the town to go to. Adamant armors, moon veils, and lit bolts and blizzards to round out your elements.
Oh my! Very high selection of goods there. Happy the Bunny also using those Cure 3s to get himself back up on HP. Finding an assassin
Yeah, I missed it the
dagger.
first time. I missed the
It's nice. For the Edward early
Yeah,
on.
I missed the reward on the Fabul defense when Smaped cleared it. Pixel Tamer got the Baron key. That's a character check.
At the Fabul Gauntlet, the Baron key?
Yep.
Nice. That's a good item to find. It makes the trek back to Baron for when you gotta go grab that form a little bit more worth it in terms of the time piece. Makes it kind of like advertising to go to right away. Follow the rabbit hole down because not only do you get the objective, but there's also a possible another objective that you can fulfill at the same time. Or it could just be another Porum or Edward.
Yeah, our runners are definitely hoping to find another, character not to be a duplicate here soon. While even with these apples, the amount of damage that's going to come out is really going to be item dependent, and not everything is going to go down as easily.
Yeah, definitely. Seeing those lightning bolts do about 5k there a piece on Happy the Bunny screen. I think it was like 48 to 4900, something like that. It is also a little bit RNG dependent as well because you can just sometimes roll low. Although I don't know if items are as strict about that.
They're not. They have a little bit tighter, especially the HP based ones.
Yeah, it wouldn't make much sense if clear by getting to objective 1 did Pixel Tank. I don't believe so. I believe he went to Fabul, got his key, and he's heading back to Baron after chowing down on some apples. I don't think he's gone through Vigen yet.
Yeah, I don't believe so as well. I think he's doing the apple eats beforehand.
Let's see here. Happy the Bunny getting his Vigen fight out of the way, quickly dispatching those guards. He's gonna probably make quick work of Vigen as well. Yep, there it goes. One lightning bolt was all it took. Looks like Poorly Drawn Bees is going to be equipping that Artemis Arrow and Great Bow to Edward. Opting not to eat her apples yet. Or still, rather. Heading to the top of Damsian. Not quite sure what's up here aside from some free treasures.
Unlocking the hovercraft for later, in case you find a rat tail that could be hiding something.
Oh yeah, that is true, because she does have the pink tail as well, so if she finds the hook, then she can turn that in for an animate armor.
Yeah, And Smapey is making the dive into the Baron Castle. Going to be 2 boss fights and clearing the getting this Baron character check. Might see somebody new.
Hopefully see somebody new. I always like seeing the party numbers grow. Lots of divergence from our runners now, though. Happy the Bunny finally making his way to Antlion Cave. Pixel Tamer just getting started on his Baron fights. Smapey being inside of the Baron castle, going down the Baron key route, and Poorly Drawn Bees finding the Avenger and Catclaw inside of the shop with Fabul. Maybe getting ready to start her Fabul Gauntlet, grab her Baron key as well.
Yep, that's what it looks like. She is heading up, as we now know that Rubicante was an actual leg and not elements.
Yes, it was a full leg action, full Rubicante. His buddies aren't going to be joining him for this one. They're going to have to wait for later.
And while we're waiting for Smapey to wrap up the leg fight, I do want to give a quick shout out to the Restream team. We have Gundam Pilot Spaz doing the Restream. We got Commander Leonhardt hitting the buttons, lighting everything up for us. And to my co-commentator, Evilon.
Thanks, Bad Karma, with right back at you. It's been a fun race so far, with the divergence of routes and seeing how these runners are going through these. Thought processes are definitely going to be something to ask about once we get to the interviews, but so far it's looking like a really, really fun race. I think our Restreamer rolled a great seed tonight.
Yep. And one thing to point out, while we have 4 runners here on our screen, we have another 18 are also running this race off screen, as our community races are a pretty big affair.
Yep, if you join the Discord, you get to see whenever any race is happening. You get to see what the seed of the week is, participate with the community, and so on and so forth. Lots of very fun stuff behind the 4E link, or Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise link, as well as the Discord. Very good people inside this community. Finding a plague at the Odin spot.
I learned on Monday that plague here is not as free as you would like, because this fight is actually kind of fast.
Yeah, it's incredibly fast, and he casts, not only does he cast fast, doesn't really, I don't think it really does anything, too important. I don't think, does it actually increase the timer, or does that not apply here?
It does increase the how fast the ATB bar fills.
Okay,
so
and
it can affect the
Doom counter. The Doom counter is based off the ATB ticks, so the faster they go, the faster you die. Okay, I see. Because I know that that trick works in other versions of the game. I just didn't know if it worked in this one, because I could have sworn that was one of the glitches, but I might be thinking of something else.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Smapey took a wipe there, realizing that with all these apples, it is kind of hard to kill your party for a plague fight.
Yeah, and the coffins didn't seem like they were working for some reason or another. I'm not sure why. Maybe he has a protect ring on. I don't know why he would have immunity to instant death, but those coffins weren't working on his party members.
Yeah, there are protect rings, I believe, in either Troya or Agert, or ribbons as well, are also for sale.
Thank you, Commander.
So yeah, definitely have to rethink how you want to tackle this fight. It is a pretty hefty amount of damage or HP to go through. I believe it's somewhere in the ballpark of about 6,000.
6,000 HP on the Odin fight?
On the plague.
On the plague, yeah. In the Odin spot, I meant. I didn't specify.
Oh yeah, no, that was at the throne spot.
Oh, that was past this. Oh, I thought he went down to Odin. Wow, I feel dumb.
It's very possible that I got him wrong, so we'll be corrected here in a second.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna find out. Plague is at
our tracker pointing out Odin spot. So that was my fault. Odin is at the King or the
Baron
throne.
King has been replaced by the Baron King. Oh no! Quick, destroy him. Odin in the King spot is actually quite funny, because this is a relatively fast-ish spot, I'll call it, but it doesn't have a lot of HP at all. Being taken down with 2 quick item throws, a couple of blizzards just do them in. And we are going to be able to see what character we get here as well, because we get a character and a key item check from this Baron key, so that'll be nice to see. It's a Yang, thankfully, because that cat claw was starting to feel lonely.
Cat Claw, Riven, Adamant. I don't think our Yang is going to be too disappointed with this setup.
No, sir.
And Happy the Bunny is through his Odin fight with 1 Lit Bolt.
Yeah, Odin's weakness to lightning. And on top of just the sheer amount of HP that his characters both have, makes very quick work of an Odin. Now we just need to see what this key item is, and then our runner, Smeepty, can be on his way, and Happy the Bunny is actually going through the exact same cutscene right now. And it looks like Poorly Drawn Beast is going to be going through the same cutscene in just a moment here after she kills her Odin fight.
That was a pan. Going to be very useful once we get underground. Also means it was a required double dip into Fabul.
Yes, because not only is the Yang here, which you need to get, and if he's nowhere else, then he's right here. So they're not only going to have to, depending on exactly what Sheila gives. Oh, actually, no, you have the pan before you go back to Fabul, so there is no triple dip. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that there was another key item that she gave you besides the spoon, but nope, it's just the pan and spoon. So, yeah, once you get back to Sheila with that pan after waking up Yang in the underground, then you're pretty much set on Fabul, and don't gotta go there ever again.
Still haven't found our way to the underground, so we can still hope for a hook to give our characters a rude path. Not too rude with the items we have, obviously, but...
Yeah, I don't know exactly what would be able to really strike any sort of fear into the runners here, especially with the setups that they currently have. Free shops do make... getting to places quite easy. It's just exactly what places you have to go to is the hard part.
It's one reason I like these seeds. It's all about routing and, hitting the shops, getting your stuff, and efficient knocking out of checks.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like he did not equip the Yang, so Yang is going to be getting used as sort of a count bait sort of thing, where you kill the character, you bring it back, and then once he comes back, you get another count, and then it resets the timer. So you don't need to worry about any. There's nothing to worry about besides that count. There's no other attacks that Plague has, no other spells that he casts. So the only thing you have to worry about is making sure that you have at least one dead party member that you can raise at any given time.
Yep, and without any gear and some low health, that's exactly what Smeepty's going for. Has been the only one to go down there to know that the plague is there. So, good heads-up play by him.
Ooh, looks like the Count is going to get rid of both his Porum and Edward, but with the Yang still alive and nothing else that can come to him by way of harm, he should be able to get both these characters back up and running in no time. And only real issue here is that they don't have a lot of HP to really facilitate the damage anymore on those J items, but shouldn't be too big of a deal if you gave Yang the Cat Claw.
Has that Yang in the back row, though, and in base level Yang, even with Cat Claws and Adamant armor, is still not going to be hitting that hard, unfortunately.
He does reset out of the Plague fight. Maybe he's going to give it another try, slow down the ATB a little bit, possibly. He's moving the... Oh, yeah, Yang actually at level 10 does have less agility than Edward at level 16, so he's moving the Yang in the middle there to slow down Plague a little bit so he can have a little bit of breathing room between those haste casts.
Yeah, and Porum and Edward are both rocking Adamant armors, so they are definitely outspeeding Yang. Yeah, as our tracker commander Leonhardt is pointing out, this spot can't be the only way underground, so definitely a good idea to knock it out while here, but may not necessarily be the right way, but we'll see if we could be wrong.
Happy the Bunny was able to just sort of brute force his way through this plague fight, just threw a whole bunch of lightning bolts at it, and eventually it died, which is definitely one way to deal with plague. Definitely not a terrible plan by any means, and it does have the hook. There's a hook off the plague at the Odin spot, so the Ordeals play is a good idea, but it looks like in practice they're just not going to be able to do that immediately. And considering that Happy the Bunny does have the pan, he's probably just going to go straight down to the underground. Not going to worry about Ordeals or the Tower of Zot check either.
And it is a character check along the way, so it's definitely going to be priority to get that fourth character, if it is a fourth.
Yeah, it could just end up being another one of what we already have, which would not be great. But I don't know if Happy the Bunny's actually gone and gotten his hovercraft yet. Nope, he hasn't even gotten a Damsian yet. So he's going to have to take a couple of moments to sort that out while he gives the other runners an opportunity to catch up. And we are going to be able to see yet another diverging path by way of Pixel Tamer climbing his way up Mount Ordeals. Going to show us those three bosses. He's crossing his fingers, probably hoping for no wyverns, and our first boss is going to be the dolls. But we will see what key item that we get from here if he decides to go all the way through with this.
Poorly Drawn Bees is going for a Thunderstruck on this Odin.
Yeah, it appears that way. He's not having very good luck. Sword's coming up, getting ready to throw out that Xantid Sukin. Zeus Rage coming out is maybe going to do it. Let's see.
Got it.
Yep, Thunderstruck.
Nicely done,
nice.
Poorly Drawn Bees. Found the D-Mist on Mount Ordeals, though.
That could be another good key item, and this boss fight area, or this boss spot doesn't have a particularly large amount of health either, so where the D-Mist would normally be annoying because it keeps phasing in and out of existence, forcing you to wait for it to come back, with this high of HP and this much damage, you're not going to need to worry about that too much, so nice fight to see up here.
Happy the Bunny found the kamikazes in Evelyn's shop. Probably wished he had those for that plague fight.
Oh, definitely. Not only are you facilitating a way to keep that count timer resetting, but you're also dealing mad damage while you're at it with these apples. Don't even have to waste a turn to coffin yourself. You can just keep throwing kamikazes until the plague falls. Just keep raising your people.
Oh, that was a Sand Ruby on Ordeals.
That's a free Fusoya. That was a very good check, actually. And it looks like there's a Cognazzo. No, King Queen Evelyn in the... Cognazzo's the turtle.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I don't know where that came from. I didn't even mean to say that.
And Kane is in the hook.
Kane's in the hook. Fusoya's on Ordeals. Well, he's in Sand Ruby, but Sand Ruby is from Ordeals. So, looks like both Plague and Ordeals are technically required. If we find a Fusoya later, then you don't need to do the Sand Ruby, but for right now, that's the only way that we know of to get him.
That also puts us in no mode. We know where all 5 characters are, and we know where everything is to get them.
Oh, thank you for explaining that. I was thinking like N-O.
No, we know.
Yeah, now we know. Yeah, of course.
Yep, up here in the booth, we know how to complete this seed. Our runners still have to figure the puzzle out, but we have Happy the Bunny is 1 key item away. And
I'm gonna start using that. I like that no mode. Poorly Drawn Bees is gonna start making her way to Ordeals as well.
I don't believe she went down to that plague, so doesn't know that the hook is down there.
She has no idea that there's a plague there either, I don't think. Man, Happy is just really chowing down on these apples right now. Every time he gets a new character, eat 99 apples.
Demas had the Magma Key.
Oh, so that's actually a different way to get underground. And he does not have the hook, it doesn't look like. So Pixel Tamer is actually going to probably be showing us a different way to get underground and showing us a little bit of what's in the underground a little bit faster.
Yep, can do that dwarf castle check. He will probably go and pick up this Fusoya.
Yep, with a Sand Ruby and a Magma Key in hand, there is a possibility that he might have just found the better route here by going for that that Ordeals play first. Unless it was, yeah, it was the Ordeals play first. He didn't go down and fight Plague at all, so.
Yep, so Pixel Tamer will be hoping to find that Kane in that dwarf castle check. I missed on Happy the Bunny screen who the boss was when he saw Kane.
When he saw Kane, I didn't see it either. He teleported away before I could find out.
Smapty's clearing out Baronin, getting the soul gold apple that gold apple that we've seen.
That saves you a whole 0.5 seconds in the menuing for the silver apple eating. Demus is not going to take a lot of damage from these items by poorly drawn bees, but again, the HP here I think is around the same as the Baron Castle or the Cognazzo spot, if not less, or it might be a little bit more, but I think it's less than that.
Yeah, and poorly drawn bees is actually using the level 2 spells instead of the HP based ones. So this Boreas is just casting a base Ice 2, and there's a Wyvern in the hook route.
Yeah, that's pretty mean. There are Moon Veils. We do have Moon Veils, so...
We also have Witchburn turned on as well.
Oh, so he casted Wall first, too. He didn't cast a... He didn't even cast a Mega Nuke. He just went straight for the Wall.
But this...
Which is nice Dr. Luger appearing in front of the door.
But this should also be telling Happy the Bunny that the Magma Key is somewhere out on the overworld. Wyvern can't gate the only path to the underground.
Yeah, that is true. So that is a little hint that there is a second way to get to the underground. The Dr. Luge and Balnabas fight, or Balnab fight, is not typically a hard fight with practically infinity HP and also a lot of items that you can throw. Yeah, a few bosses are, for that matter.
Yeah, and we probably won't see any of those bosses because they'll be all up on the moon. But these lit bolts going out and taking Dr. Luge down pretty quickly.
They both fall at once, so there's not even a cutscene to stop the boss fight in place. Looks like we're getting ready for the real fight, as he likes to say. Interesting thing about Dr. Luge when he's in this phase, even though he doesn't transform, he's still, like, before he transforms into the robot, he's still weak to hammers. He still counts as a machine, even before he transforms.
That is true. Quick question, chat, for Dishmu. Yes, we have. They are in the Eblin Cave.
Yep, they're in the item shop in Eblon Cave, which would have been nice earlier. I'm sure the runners think so too. But it's good that you find them now rather than never. So
you only find them after you beat the boss that they would be extremely useful on. Not that they wouldn't be useful on other ones, but
yeah, I mean,
that plague.
It's still a good Z fight. I mean, if you have 99 kamikazes and the same amount of life potions to boot, then that's a lot.
Smapty is also making a play and heading underground, or not underground, but through the hook route. Is going to be checking out this character, whereas Happy the Bunny has gotten through.
Yep, and he's Pixel Tamer. When I say he, I mean Pixel Tamer's kitting out his Fusoya with some nice mage equipment. Maybe putting him into the back line, keeping Edward in the center. Edward's not particularly slow. Edward's actually, I think, one of the faster characters next to, like, Edge, I'm pretty sure. And the twins, because the twins are also relatively fast, but
I just realized Pixel Tamer I don't think has been to Silvara to get those adamant armors.
No, he is not, because he doesn't have he doesn't have him anywhere in his inventory, and I don't think he has any of the other items that we saw there in his inventory as well. We don't have to find an Edge or a Cecil, so keeping that Excalibur on hand is not particularly important because Kane can only use up to the defense sword.
Pixel Tamer's gonna give us our first look at Dwarf Castle. There is a blue robe.
Which could be Water Hag, could be something else. And I just missed the boss fight in the cave again.
Yeah, we know it's Dr. Luge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's we already saw it. They killed it already. Oh my goodness.
Pixel Tamer showing us it's a Water Hag.
That's a fairly easy fight in the Calbrenna spot. The one that we're really going to be looking for is what the fight is going to be in the Golbez spot, because Golbez doesn't have a lot of speed, or no, he does have a lot of speed. He has a lot of speed, but not a lot of magic damage, or HP for that matter. So if it's something punchy, then we love to see, as casters we love to see it. But if it's something that's going to be casting a bunch, it's another free fight. Is unlocking spells, and
Lunar Sparkle. Smapty's getting the news about Wyvern.
Oh my goodness, we have no idea. We have no idea what the boss is yet. But it's another Yang! It's a second Yang. It's D Lunars. That's actually not that bad at all.
Yeah, one firebomb and quick damage.
Yeah, all of that HP that Golbez doesn't have is being split even more between two different enemies there, so definitely not a big deal at all in the slightest. Basically some free levels and spells.
Yep, and poorly drawn bees is going to get her Fusoya, and we'll be turning in that Demus shortly.
Also finding some protect rings inside of the Kaipo shop. Just picks herself up one little protect ring. Possibly for the Fusoya that she's going to be grabbing right now.
So
both
Pixel,
of the... Oh.
I was going to say, Pixel Tamer needs that hook to get the cane, or an Earth Crystal, Darkness Crystal, or package to check some of those other checks. Whereas Happy the Bunny just needs to go to Ordeals.
Yeah, it sure is looking that way. He's good in the Yang. Then he's going to clear out his lunar dragons. Pixel Tamer's looking through the various shops, finding some crystal rings, which are very nice. They increase agility, so you don't want to put them on the middle guy, whoever that may be. But the rest of the items in there weren't too terribly amazing. Finding elixirs in the item shop, that's very, very nice.
And it looks like Pixel Tamer did not have Warp to be able to use the Warp glitch.
Dang, just one more boss fight, he would have probably had it. Because I think his Fusoya is at 1800 HP right now, last time I looked at the menu, and certainly is not... if he's missing Warp, then that's incredibly unlucky.
Smapty doing the Poison Walk. You do not adjust the resolution on your screen. That is supposed to be the way it looks.
Also, don't refresh the stream. It's not getting laggy or pixely or nothing. It's the game.
Poorly drawn B is going to get her for him.
That's going to complete her first objective. Well, not the first objective, but objective 1. Her first objective, I think, was the Edward on Hobbs. I think that was everyone's first objective, basically.
Yes, I believe so. Most everybody went there.
Except for Smapty. Smapty doesn't have his number 4 lit up there.
I thought I saw Smapty land there, but may have left it too.
Interesting. So he actually still has to go get that if he hasn't done so already, which doesn't look like he has. And it also looks like we found a cane somewhere for Pixel Tamer.
That was on the hook route.
Pixel Tamer doesn't have a hook, though.
Yeah, we have not found Kane yet for Pixel Tamer.
Oh, but we did find gold apples in the Land of Monsters item shop though, which is going to be very nice. Saves a little bit of time on munching apples.
Yep, gives 100 instead of 50, so less apple eaten, the better.
It's exactly half of the apples required. Or something. I don't know, math. It's let's see. If it's two silver apples to a gold apple, then yeah, it's double. I was trying to think if maybe there was like something that would stop it from being that way, like the way that. But no. I'm just bad.
Now we're doing math on stream,
yeah,
and I've been told we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary. We shouldn't be doing that. We gotta get out of there before we go too deep. What was going on, Pixel?
Happy the
screen. Looking at Bahamut.
Yeah, and Happy the Bunny picked up a package somewhere. Was that the Dwarf Castle reward?
Wait, which one? The pass?
The package. Happy the Bunny has the package and just checked it. It was a form.
Oh, I see. Huh. He must have gotten that from Dwarf Castle because no one else has been there yet, I don't think. No, Pixel Tamer went there and he found, that's where he got the Yang from. That's where both of these people got their duplicated Yang from.
Maybe it was Sheila 1 because I did see Happy the Bunny in Sylph Cave.
Yeah, that could have been it. The Sylphs could have given it to him from the pan. We are seeing Smapey start his D-Lunar fight, so he's going to be done with that pretty shortly, and it looks like Poorly Drawn Bees is making her way inside of the castle as well to start up her two Dwarf Castle fights. So pretty much every runner here is in the same spot in terms of like their routing, but the oh, that's a Darkness Crystal from Sheila. And then a Twin Heart from Sheila. Wow, that's hopefully going to be entertaining. I want someone to go into Twin Heart really bad, even though they don't need to. There's no character check there.
Could give Vanilla Earth Crystal.
I was gonna say I shouldn't say anything too soon because it might end up being something that leads to a character check. But yeah, while all of the runners are doing almost the same thing right now as far as the underground routing is concerned, where they are at in terms of their actual progress is entirely different, which I find very interesting because right now we have Pixel Tamer and Happy the Bunny both one objective away from completion, with Poorly Drawn Bees and Smapey two objectives behind completion. And, you know, both of those runners are very close to completing the two objectives that they need to get done. So at this point, it's just a matter of, like, who does their last objective first. And right now, Pixel Tamer and Happy the Bunny don't have the means to get each other's characters from the other underground routes. So it'll be interesting to see how they progress.
Happy the Bunny is going to check that Moon character, though.
Cry Hava, why does Porma 99 HP? Is because we found Infinity Apples out of one of the shops, and all of the apples and items in general are free at the shops, so that's why they look like that. Is Pixel Tamer fighting trap chests?
Alt Gauntlet at the Leviathan spot.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense, actually. And the Job Dwarf is a Marine Drafter.
Yeah, I believe both Pixel Tamer and Happy Bunny did check Job Dwarf, and I missed it, so I finally caught it with Smapey.
Yep. We find some exits, which he doesn't have a Fusoya yet, so I don't know if he's going to need those exits for anything. It probably would have been nice to buy him just to get out of the town faster, but I think walking actually was just faster from there in general.
Poorly Drawn Bees working through her Dwarf Castle D-Lunar fight and gets through.
It's done. One Quake from Fusoya is going to do that. Just maybe he's making his way down to the
Vanilla Foo.
Hey, that's a Moon Foo.
A Moon Foo and go mode for Happy the Bunny.
He has he's gonna get the crystal right now from completing his objectives, and he can just walk to Zeromus if he felt like it. Right now, he can just walk there. All he needs to do is All he needs to do is force feed the old man some apples, and then he can make his way to the Z fight.
Yep, did not find the pass in the shop, I think.
Unless he's going to look for it right now. Which could be, very well.
If that was the case, I would have checked that moon shop.
Cryhavo, the seed that we're doing, there are 5 distinct characters and no duplicates, so we can't have a second of any character, which means that if you have 99 apples or multiple stacks of 99 apples like our runners have, and you are limited to these 5 characters and no duplicates of these 5 characters only, then you have to what's it called? You have to basically just max out the characters that you have because they're the only ones that you're gonna get.
Everybody gets the apples.
Yeah, exactly. We don't discriminate here when it comes to who we give apples to. At least not on these seeds anyway. Finding a lightsaber in the shop, that's funny.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Pixel Tamer picked up the legend sword from that alt gauntlet at Leviathan.
Oh, that's even funnier. Somewhere Cecil is rolling in his... Well, he doesn't have a grave, but... his bed, I guess, because he's sleeping for too long. He needs to wake up, but he can't because his other friends are going to fight Z for him.
And as I pointed out earlier, we do have a number of other runners for this race. We did have our first place winner with Poydrak, finished at 43 minutes 25 seconds. So GG to Poydrak, who was off the stream and came in first place.
Oh my God, Poydrak! he's a great runner, but man, he beat all of our streamers, our racers. That's crazy. Good job, Poydrak.
Happy the Bunny is appling up for Zeromus.
Alright, so he's quickly making the safety save. He did pick up his pass, as we now see on the tracking. He's making his way into the exclusive Zeromus Fight Club. And we're getting those ever so fabled Z flags that everyone keeps talking about all over the place in the chat. So can you let us know what those mean?
Yeah, so we can randomize just about anything in this game with Free Enterprise, but we don't randomize where Zeromus is. He's too big, he's too powerful, he's too angry. But we can change what he looks like and make him a little bit more cuter a lot of times. So we can randomize that, which leads us to asking, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
And whose butt is a lot of different people. Scala Kitty made like a ton of these Zeromus sprites, and there's like an incredible amount of characters. I still see new ones, like a lot.
I believe the count is over 460 now.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, if you went through every single community race since the Z flag has been like introduced, then maybe you've seen all of them. But they keep getting more and more added to the list. So it's always nice to see something you've never seen before.
And looks like Happy the Bunny didn't like the speed that was going on there. Did a reset.
I guess so. I would just shove Fu in the middle. I mean, isn't he kind of slow? I guess not compared to the level 20 some odd party members, but
I just realized Happy the Bunny hasn't been to Silvara to get those adamant armors either.
No, he is not, which means these big bangs are going to hit for a lot, but the Porum should hopefully help with that a little bit, unless Happy the Bunny did find those elixirs in what I believe was the Tamra item shop, so that's nice.
Yep, he did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that white mage is going to be more used for chucking elixirs than she is for casting heals, which means we gotta get a second round of Z flags in the chat.
Pixel Tamer's heading to the moon, and Poorly Drawn Bees will be right on his heels. Smapety is chugging through the alt gauntlet, just finished up actually.
Yep, receiving his beautiful looking sword that he will never be able to use. It's a cool sword. Hey bro, did you see my sword? It's pretty cool.
And as Happy the Bunny is going back in for Zeromus, we do have our second place finisher, Zoe Vermillion, with a race time of 47 minutes and 4 seconds.
Oh, Zoe's an amazing racer too. Good job, Zoe. I love being able to recognize names. I think that's my favorite part about watching and commentating over these races is just recognizing people. I think it's cool.
And we still have not seen whose butt we are going to kick, though.
No, we haven't. Who is it? Come on, animation leaving me in suspense. It's... Oh god, oh my god, that's terrifying. Oh, it's the purple plant. Oh god, no. You can't win. You might as well quit now. Oh, I can't remember exactly what the name of the game is that this boss is from. Oh, what is the name of this boss?
Scala Battle Kid.
It's from Battle Kid, yeah. This boss is ridiculously hard to beat. Battle Kid is one of those I want to be the guy style impossible games, but I think it was made for like the original Nintendo, so it was like one of the hardest games that was out on the Nintendo. But this boss fight is like the epitome of I don't want to play this game ever again. At least for, you know, Battle Kid anyways. So yeah, that's why it's a little... It would be a little terrifying if this were that game, but this is a brand new console and he has no clue what's about to hit him right now, so good luck, Lotus Mist, you're gonna need it.
And welcome from the raid for Zoe Vermilion as well. We got nukes from Fusoya going out.
Yep, and I think he's been using Star Veils on his team as well to kind of set up for the reflect strats using the reflected nukes from Fusoya, and he's at level 50 with like a lot of really big casting stats because he's supposed to be, you know, one of those OP characters that sort of helps you when you don't have your 5th. So it's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Fusoya and a lot of damage coming out from the rest of the party as well. What we're hoping for is that these nukes do exactly what they just did and get reflected off of people that have their Star Veils up. So that's really nice to see that. You kind of feel like you lucked out, but also, yeah, you did the strat. Good job. It's very eloquent, or not eloquent. What's the word I'm looking for? Elegant. It's very nice. It's very good looking. I like to see it.
Yeah, lots of moon veils, so the entire party can just reflect things back. Lit bolts are doing big punches of 5,000 damage, 3,000 damage.
Yep, and let's see, was that a Z nuke?
I believe it's all been Z nukes that we've been seeing.
Oh yeah, Fusoya's even using lightning bolts. Wow, okay. I didn't realize he was having to use lightning bolts. That's crazy. Granted, without like a Stardust Rod or something else crazy to boost his wisdom by a bajillion, the nukes aren't probably going to deal as much damage as the lightning bolts with max health anyways.
Pixel Tamer found a spoon at the top of Battle.
Oh, that's interesting. That's probably going to set up for an Edward Spoony Bard play. I don't know if Pixel Tamer's going to go that route or not, but it could be a good idea.
Adamant Spoon Edward will definitely do more damage than the lit bolts that we're currently seeing at max level, or max health.
It's very, very true. Adamant Armor puts his attack stat, like the actual attack itself, up to the maximum. It just sets it to 255, and then the boost to his stats are going to make him hit really hard and hit all the time, and hopefully he'll roll high. So that's a lot of damage going to be coming out from that Bard.
Yep, the terrifying Lotus Mist is still nuking himself. As Smape D is going to go check the moon character.
They're going to find a Fusoya, which will finish their third and final objective, or their objective number 3 / final objective, and then they will be on their way to the Z fight as well.
And we've had a third and fourth place finish since Happy the Bunny started, with Antidel in third and PK4787 in fourth. GG's to them.
Congratulations to our third and fourth place winners. Yeah, you're a winner. You won the race. Good job. Winners is the right word if you can finish this race. It is a weird one. It's a nice one. I like it. It's simple. It's clean. It's got apples. Who doesn't love apples? But man, if the routing is not the weirdest thing. So many options and no idea which ones are the best.
And Pixel Tamer just got an Earth Crystal, so could have a high chance of finding that cane there.
Yep, and once Pixel Tamer gets that cane, same thing with Poorly Drawn Bees, they'll be on their way to their Z fight as well. And depending on how this fight goes for Happy the Bunny, I don't think there's any way for him to mess it up. So as long as he just keeps doing what he's doing, then he'll be finishing up with everyone else coming in relatively close. Close behind. Close behind? Yeah, close behind, that's the word.
Yeah.
Getting geared up.
The inventory boss is in full effect tonight.
Oh yeah, with these apple seeds, you always see full inventories all the time because there's no reason to sell anything because you don't need the gold to buy those crazy items. So, and on top of that, you already have so many good items for Kane. What do you get rid of? I mean, the correct answer probably is anything that's not the White Spear or Avenger Sword, but you never know when you might need that Dragoon Spear to take down a boss or something.
Well, the only boss Smapety's going to be seeing is Aromas here shortly, as we have rocks for Happy the Bunny.
Yep, we're going to see the Flash Crackle Pop Rice Krispies at the very end of this boss fight here, which shouldn't be taking too much longer. I thought that was it for a second, but nope, he just casted a nuke. It would flash a lot more violently than that, so...
That isn't, though.
Oh, yep, there it is. He just killed himself. I love when that happens so much.
And with an official race spot time of 55 minutes and 2 seconds, Happy the Bunny is in 5th place and 1st place on the restream. And we will see about getting him in here for an interview.
Yeah, whenever he's ready. A poorly drawn black and white images of Aromas, an amusing sprite. A Berserk. You deserve a lot of things in life, and one of them is an award for good ideas.
Pixel Tamer is seeing the first character is Yang. Not what he is hoping for.
Definitely not. We don't know who's being held captive, so hopefully we find a cane inside of Rose's chains.
Another bar.
It's an Edward, which means that my rhyme was very poorly timed.
And shortly after Happy the Bunny completed, we have Zoom Waffle, who completed 6th place at 56 minutes.
Congratulations, Zoom Waffle, GG.
And with that ding, we are joined by Happy the Bunny in the booth. GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, welcome, Happy. This is a fun seed. It was a fun little seed, fun little quick seed.
Oh, that was quick. Stressful, as all quick ones are, but...
Yeah, so my first question for you, you saw the Wyvern in the hook route. Did you ever have any thoughts of turning around and getting out of there, or was the plan always to just push through it?
I was just pushed through. On any apple seed, it's just max yourself out and use your items, is the way I look at it.
Well, that strategy definitely paid off for you, coming in first on the restream.
Oh, beauty.
Yep, and you got Zeromus to seal his own fate with a reflected nuke that he cast.
Yeah, that was just luck. I mean, I always try to time it to get his reflective nuke on the before the refill, but I think it's worked 1 out of 700 or so.
So in terms of routing, there was a lot of diversity in the early and the mid game, especially with like the pathing that you guys took to find your way to underground. So what was your methodology for trying to find your way through to get that underground access?
Honestly, I don't really. In this kind of seed where it's a full character hunt, I don't think of underground access. I just take every option that has characters first, and then whatever is quickest to get me another key item that may give me another character check.
Okay, I see. So it's more about getting the objectives done rather than getting to the places with what could be some better loot, especially when you have those apples on the overworld.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'd rather just get my objectives, get my crystal, and get into the Z fight as quick as I can.
Yeah, I think the only you ran a really good race. We had the Sand Ruby, which had Fusoya and Kaipo, was on Mount Ordeals. That could have probably been another way to get you there.
That would got me there a little quicker, yeah. Yeah, I was lucky he was up on the moon. Otherwise, I was doing giant, and that's a whole another wormhole.
Yeah, absolutely. You never want to have to go further than you would like with those especially long rabbit holes.
Yeah, overall, fun run, nice eat, and GG's to everybody.
Yeah, GG's to you. Congratulations on your first stream place finish, as well as.
And thank you guys, and thank you all for everyone streaming, the restreamers, commentators. Everyone there working. Takes a lot of work, and we appreciate it.
Why, thank you. Give
We
this
can't-
one a follow.
We can't do it without the runners either. So thank you for putting on a good race for us to call.
It was incredibly fun seed to watch. It was incredibly, oh man, I can't think of words, man. It's hard. Entertaining. How's that? It was incredibly. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. Again, GG's, and enjoy the rest of the race for whoever else is still going.
Thank you.
Will. Thank you.
Have a good night, Happy.
Take care.
And that was our 5th place winner, Happy the Bunny. As I believe we were seeing Smapety coming up pretty close on his Aromas fight.
Yep, and his Aromas fight is still going relatively well. You don't need too many people alive to do this Aromas fight, especially since it looks like he's doing the kamikaze route, which is usually the one that it's a little bit more risky. It's a little bit more risky, but it's it does involve a lot less counter nukage, which means that as long as you're keeping up with people's HP, then you should be good to go.
And during the interview, we had a couple more finishers. 7th, 8th, and 9th came in with Ground Flyer, Microcords, and Pseudoping.
Congratulations to those runners who are not with us on stream for an excellent run on a otherwise really, really weird seed. I mean, these seeds usually end up being kind of weird on the routing, but this one, because we saw so many angles and things that you could do, it's just kind of like this game, the seed really wants you to win.
Yeah, a lot of different ways you can win too. We saw earlier, Poorly Drawn Bees was actually cracking some eggs to get some power on her team before throwing the apples out.
Yeah, and that's perfectly understandable as well, because not only are your characters going to have the really good stats to dish out some melee damage, but now they have the HP on top of that, so you don't really need to worry about those big bangs too much, because with levels comes White Mage spells, and Porum learns White Mage spells very quickly.
Yep, and she's going to be heading to the top of the tower. That is going to reward her with a spoon and I did not. I think it was the Earth Crystal actually from the Tower Key, but she doesn't have that yet.
No, she's not the Tower Key, so she's not going to be able to finish off the. Wait, is she in Babel or Zot?
She's in Babel, Lower Babel.
Yeah, Lower Babel. All right, that's what I figured. Another big bang coming out on Smapety's screen, the top right. Still lots of HP to go around. Looks like he's able to kind of keep up with the making sure this Edward stays in tip-top shape. Throwing an elixir on the Porum just for good measure. This fight should be in the bag, as they say. Pixel Tamer just getting his hook from the Odin spot where the plague was. I guess now we know it as the plague spot because Odin was in a different area, but you know how it is. He's gonna find his Kane, and then he's gonna be on his way to his Z fight as well. So still pretty close between the three people that we have on stream. Rocks are falling, which means Zeromus is close to dying on Smapety's screen. However, which means we could be seeing Smapety finish up next, followed by the other two.
I mean, I saw the word Meteo come up, but I didn't see any rocks.
Yeah, when you have adamant armors and ribbons and protect rings, Meteo tends to not hit because you just have too much to it. Oh my god. Whoa.
So,
what the heck, dude?
So Smapety will finish with official time of 1 hour 4 minutes. For those who don't know, on bosses that have crumble deaths, if you kill them with a kamikaze, they will not do the crumble death.
Anything that causes the self-destruct animation, which is the self-destruct spell and also the kamikaze, if that animation happens on a crumble boss, they just kind of dissolve instead of, you know, doing the crack flash boom type thing, which is really, really, really funny. But also, it's very jarring because I'm not used to seeing it outside of vanilla speedruns. So that was a nice that was a very nice kill there. It was a lot of that gets you some cred, man. That was great.
And we're joined by the kamikaze man himself, Smapety. GG's.
Thank you very much.
What'd you think of that seed there?
It's pretty fun. Appleseed has never been a format that I've been particularly strong at, just because it's so heavily execution based. But this is a nice variant of it, where there's a little more exploration involved, a little more to go right, a little more to go wrong. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Nice. It's a nice breath of fresh air after all the heavy competitive stuff we've been doing for the last few months.
Oh yeah, Highway to the Three Zone had people on edge, dude. It was very, very, very stressful. But that was a nice relaxing seat, I think.
Yeah, not too bad. Basically, Fabul kind of was the key to everything there, getting you to Baron. Baron got you underground. Baron got you ultimately what you needed in the pan too. So I skipped the pan, thought I would get a cheeky Fey March. I saw Poydrak finish just as I was doing the bosses in the Fey March. I was like, well, this was the wrong idea, but let's see the completion.
Yeah, there was also the Sand Ruby was on Ordeals. That was another path to getting that foo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sand Ruby for that Fusoya. So if you didn't get the Darkness Crystal, which I think you kind of ended up getting anyway, just by nature of going to the easy key item checks.
Yeah, that's nuts. Because Mount Ordeals just loses so much value in this flag set because you're not really worried about powering up Fusoya too much with the bosses. You're not really worried about. There's no Tella here to power up, no Cecil here to power up. It's just a key item, no character check. So that's great that it paid off. There.
It was actually a double because that's where Demas was as well, and that gave the Magma key.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so hook not even required.
You didn't need the hook. It was nice to get it from Plague because you could have gotten it all at once if you got your Baron key and then immediately went down. So it's definitely the right way to go if you're already going that way. But if you had ended up checking Ordeals first, you wouldn't have even needed to fight Plague, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's actually great. That's more variance than I expected to see from a flag set like this.
Yeah, I said it earlier. It's like this is the kind of seed that really wants you to win.
It's like here's a bunch of paths and they all lead to success.
How
Well,
much
the
do you
only
like
character
seeing-
check
Oh,
I was gonna say the only character check we haven't seen yet on the restream is the giant. So we have not seen a duplicate Kane anywhere. That hook may still have been hard required.
Interesting. Yeah. I've got to imagine there's not going to be many people making a giant check before checking out.
I bet it was another Edward. We're never gonna know though, unless someone like takes a screenshot and posts it later of like, hey, remember that community seed from this day? Yeah, here's your Kane.
I mean, I got the darkness crystal. I'm tempted to go back to the seed and find out.
But how much do you like seeing Z just sort of go poof rather than boom?
Oh, yeah, the kamikaze finish is always fun. Just my favorite thing is that like the music gets confused and just keeps rolling over to the next cutscene. It feels like you're setting the game up to soft lock, but then it just fixes itself, so everything's fun.
Yeah, it turns out that rolling credits is a really good way for a game to just kind of not die.
Yeah.
But in terms of the routing, we saw a lot of very diverse paths. So I'm gonna kind of be asking everybody this about exactly what your ideas were for how you go about finding and going to places.
Since shops are so valuable in this flag set and just getting them checked and getting all your items in shops, that's kind of why I did Fabul first, because I usually like to hang on and try to get one of those legendary 3-in-1 Fabuls. But since you're already going in there anyway with the shop, you might as well just do the boss as well. And that's set up with the Baron key, and I was like, let's just follow this and see what happens, and ended up being one of the possible paths. So I just kind of let myself go from there, and if there was something on the way that was a feasibly quick check, I just kind of ducked in.
Okay, I see. So it's kind of like a get everything out of the way before you have to dive a rabbit hole kind of thing.
Right, exactly. And I knew like with 2 checks and Baron Baron town right next to it, like something there had to give.
I see. Well, everybody so far has done a good job. Everyone's going through the motions, checking everything that needs to be checked, and you did a great job getting done before the other two streamers. So well executed Z fight. I saw you doing the kamikaze strats. It was a little bit of touch and go, but overall you ended up pulling it through. So
yeah, not something that I had practiced much, and it kind of showed there. But we got it. It's over. It's fine.
I don't think many practice that one.
yeah, it's not every day that you get to do a crystal seed, or not a crystal seed. I'm sorry, I just saw the red crystal. It's not every day you get to do an apple seed where you can potentially beat Zeromus in like 45 minutes. So
it is also nice seeing every medium miss because you're full of adamant armors, ribbons, and protect rings.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wild shops are just glorious.
Well, thank you so much for broadcasting me. Thanks so much to the Restream team here, Bad Karma, Commander Leonhardt behind the scenes, and really appreciate Gundam Pilot Spaz as well. So thank you very much to all of you, and thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Smeg. You have yourself a good day. Excellent run.
GG's.
Thanks so much, Avilion. Take care.
And that was our second place on the restream, Schmapty. He was 10th overall in the race. Pixel Tamer is starting up his Zeromus fight.
Yep, and it looks like his Zeromus fight, he's going in with a little bit less health than the other runners. He's not completely maxed out, but that still does a pretty decent chunk of damage to Zeromus, because we're still seeing numbers above 4K, which is always what you want to see. He's missing out on maybe 500 damage-ish per item throw. So, not too bad, especially because Zeromus is going to be offsetting a little bit of that with some possible reflected nukes like the one we just saw off of Kane.
Yeah, the Pixel's entire party has wall up currently.
Oh, the whole team?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I was looking at Poorly Drawn V's tackling that Valvalis fight. That's crazy what he gave I mean, if you have the items secured, then you might as well. Looks like Yang is re-upping a Star Veil. I think everyone's going to have to re-up Star Veils unless... Was it he just cast a Dark Hole or Big Bang? I think it was a Big Bang.
Yeah, it was a Big Bang. Yeah, they'll with the lower levels of the party, you know, they're not going to have a lot of vitality. Those Starvilles are going to drop off a little faster.
Yep, which means you have to re-up it once you find out that, oops, that guy's getting hit really hard.
And while Smapety was in here with the interview, we did have a number of other finishers. We're up to 17th place just finished. The with Dragus, AGY, Twisted Flax, Tibalt, Solaris, and the Harumph. So GG's to all of them.
Yep, GG's to all of them. Everyone's kind of finishing within seconds and minutes of each other at this point after Poydrak, the floodgates just sort of opened and all the winners just started pouring in. And our runners here on stream are going to probably be more examples of that, with Pixel Tamer going to be finishing up here what I think is going to be relatively soon. He's been throwing a lot of fire bombs at this large purple plant.
A lot of fire bombs, a lot of reflected nukes.
Fighting a crystal shield would normally be awesome, but man, is this the Luca Cave? Oh yeah,
this
Polygon
is.
Beast has forayed into the Luca Cave to see, show us what key item we were looking at down here.
Yep. With looks like Poorly Drawn Bees only has two character checks left. That hook route with the cane, and we have not seen the giant character yet.
Yeah, that is very true. I still think it's an Edward, because there's got to be one mean thing about this seed, but
You mean the Zot with a Yang and Edward when you probably already got Yang and Edward by that time? Not being.
Yeah, I guess that's true enough. If you're in Poorly Drawn Bees position, that's definitely not what you want to see. But if you're just going the Darkness Crystal route and you don't want to have to do anything else on the overworld, then like that's pretty messed up if it's just like another Edward.
Pixel Tamer still throwing fire bombs and counter nukes back at this Lotusmas.
He should be falling any second now. I feel like he's been getting hit by a lot.
And that was just an adamant at the bottom of the sealed cave, not what Poorly Drawn Bees is looking for.
Oh yeah, that's an Excalibur, which isn't really all that great if you had if you don't have a Cecil, you don't really like it too much, but it's still another key item, which at this point I don't think matters because she already did her grind fights, so.
Where is she gonna go next? Looks like she's gonna make this giant play and see who it is.
Let's go! Time to find out who's at the top of the giant, or at the top, at the center, the belly of the beast, the large mechanical robot beast. Another big bang.
Fortunately for Lotusmas, that Big Bang is not much of a threat.
Yeah, it only did about 1,000 average. It wasn't even 1,000 to everybody each. It was 1,000 on average-ish. Probably.
Well, and these fire and the fire bombs are counting as the nerf. So Pixel Tamer's just constantly spamming them. They're hitting those nerfs every time.
Yeah, and Lotusmas, every time he casts that nuke, he's going down in magic power, and until he shakes, he's gonna stay at that low magic power. So they're gonna continue to do not much. There was the big one before the Big Bang, but it ended up being a black hole instead, getting rid of all those star veils. Porum and Fusoya both already have star veils charged up, or firebombs charged up, and it looks like he doesn't really care about the star veils anymore. He just wants to get this fight out of the way. So
Poorly Drawn Bees finding an Antlion.
Oh yeah, an Antlion. Antlion is actually not that terrible to see in this spot because you're never going to see the counterattack. You will, however, see a really, really big first hit, and then the rest of the party has so much HP that the rest of the hits don't really matter all that much.
It's a lot of health to chew through, though. 65,000 HP here.
In the CPU spot, yeah, it's definitely a lot of HP to go through, but it's not necessarily like the... Or wait, no, this is the element spot. This is the element spot. CPU spot is after this, and I mean, point still stands. It's not exactly the worst spot ever to see Antlion. I'm a firm believer that Odin is the worst spot to see Antlion because he never stops hitting and he hits for like 2k each punch, and I don't like it. It makes me sad. Antlion in this spot though, still pretty bad if you don't have the hit point numbers that Poorly Drawn Bees has.
Yeah, she's got the levels, she's got the hit points, so we'll easily get through this. It'll just take some time. Fu is getting those 6,000 nukes off, so just 10 of those minus whatever Yang does.
Yep, and that should be like, I think that was like nuke 3, 4, 5. I actually lost counts. I know it's a decent number of nukes on top of the 5 or 6 hits that Yang has gotten off, so these guys should be pretty close to dead, I think. He is getting some nice last licks in to sort of make a statement, I suppose, but he's gonna go down. Meanwhile, Pixel Tamer is gonna be fixing up that HP value to keep getting those big damage numbies in. There's 4,200 coming out from that one. Another counter nuke gonna get reflected back. Let's see if this does it. Can he get her can he get him past the HP refill?
There's the rocks.
Hey, there it is. Missing Porum and Fusoya, which means we just have a couple more fire bombs to go, and then Pixel Tamer will also claim his spot on the leaderboard. As well as one more nuke coming out from Poorly Drawn Bees for Soya.
There's
Ooh.
the GGs and the flash for Pixel Tamer.
All right, nice job to Pixel Tamer. Hopefully we can get him in here.
Coming in 18th place overall in the race, 3rd on the restream, and we're joined by Pixel Tamer. GG's.
Welcome, Pixel Tamer.
Thanks. Wish I had not faded Plague for that long.
I mean, Plague, it gives you Kane, and Kane's pretty nice. Welcome, Pixel Tamer.
I mean, he's an objective.
Yeah, unfortunately, even with all the health in the world, that Plague is doesn't need to hit you to take that health pool down.
Yeah, which is really weird because like every other boss fight in this game, in this seed in particular, was kind of one of those bosses that really chews through the HP hardcore if you don't have a lot of it. But yeah, which is really weird. Everyone on stream just had so much HP. It's just like it doesn't really matter too much what boss it is.
Should have pushed above 5,000 hit points sooner, just for the efficiency in the fire bombs.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the kamikazes were in the shop after you got the hook.
Yeah, instead of before when you were, fighting Plague.
How'd you feel about the seed overall?
It was good. It was more challenging than the practice seed I did because no adamants for one.
They were in Silvara.
The one place I didn't check.
Yeah, and an Avenger for Kane, Cat Claws for Yang. Silvara was the shop you wanted to go to.
Yeah, that shop had a lot of stuff in it that was worthwhile.
So yeah, I ran this Monday and I had similar thoughts as you. I think I last locationed those adamant armors.
Yeah, I just kept focusing on, what's the fast thing that'll get me lots of checks, and then the duns started coming in, and I thought, okay, it must be because I didn't do warp glitch. And there was something behind Luke and Key, and no, it just turned out it was a Plague.
It was actually the adamant rock there, so you didn't miss out too much with that one.
That's kind of a relief. At some point I ruled out, okay, just at the hook, there couldn't have been anything at Plague. At Ukaki, so why was I worrying so much?
Yeah, and Poorly Drawn Bees is the 4th restreamer is doing the giant character check now. It's the only person who's been there, so we'll see if that's another Kane or not. She hasn't gotten her hook yet either.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just the sequencing of things was a little rough, but the seed itself was fun.
Was there anything that you were trying to go for in particular as you were running through the seed? Like, was there any particular pathing you were trying to go for, or was it just kind of like a play-as-you-go type thing?
Since I got the pan early, I wanted to try and basically complete Underground all at once. But then I got Earth Crystal before I went up Tower, so I decided I'll save scum that and Then I ran into 2 characters I already had plus a Bob Alice and decided just to not bother.
Yeah, that was a rough Earth Crystal.
1 out of 399 on chests. I'm sure Dia will be proud if she watches this.
1 out of 399.
Very nice.
That's nutty.
The only box I opened was the Feymarch key item. Everything else was shop.
Well
Oh, man.
done.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's impressive.
I see treasure chests. I just gotta open them.
Oh yeah, I'm terrible at overlooting in other flag sets, but S while at S3, might as well just shop for everything.
So you went
Well,
for-
all in all, you ran a really good race.
Thanks. It's good to be getting back into the community races after Zemus 3 has been quieting down.
Yeah, I went to the Thrima Zone. Oh, it's a Porum. It's not an Edward. Feels bad. But on the Giant, I mean, sorry. But
Right.
Yeah, having the Thrima Zone was quite the event. I did a couple commentaries for that, and that was a very stressful time because it was just all about the tournament. So.
Yeah, thanks for doing the restreams and the commentaries, and I'm sure Spaz will ping me when I'm good to cut and stop playing harp music. This is my apology for not checking Dwarf while I was in Tomra.
Hey, there was so much going on. I missed Job Dwarf twice. So
He was a Marine drafter, just saying.
Nice.
Yeah.
thank you for being restreamed, putting on a good race for us. Hopefully we will see you on here again soon.
Yeah, for sure. Later.
Take care.
Have a good night.
So...
And that was Pixel Tamer. Came in 18th overall, 3rd on the restream.
Oh, we're getting a twin harp from Poorly Drawn Bees. There's no character check here,
As
is
the
there?
music, there is not. So she's
Yeah,
just
it's
looking
just,
for the hook.
It's just the hook, yeah. Oh man, she's really hoping that hook's not a plague. She could probably do it now with relative ease. She's got some pretty high damaging physical attacks and magic attacks that all hit really hard and really quick. So I'm sure she could do it if she felt like it, but she is really trying to avoid it pretty hard. Thankfully, we are going to be getting a second bout of music, though, which is, as we can see on Pixel Tamer's stream, it is the Trials from Final Fantasy X, which is a song that I actually don't know by the name, so I didn't even know this was what that song was. I didn't know any of those songs by name, so it's very nice to learn that from the stream.
Yeah, I always hear the start of it, and I just know, oh, it's the ones you play in the music that plays in the Trials.
Yeah.
Oh, and during the interview with Pixel Tamer, we did have our 19th place finisher, the Quanch.
The Quanch.
GG's to him.
I love that name so much. That name tickles me. It's a good name. Something that I haven't tried, but I want to is, do you still get paralyzed if you have the adamant armor on? Because the adamant armor's metal, but I've never actually worn it in Cave Magnus before. Like, does the immunity just overwrite the Magna Cave, or does it just like...
I'm not sure, to be honest. I've never encountered that myself.
Huh. Because I know that if you have like a crystal ring or a protect ring, then like it doesn't do it, because I guess those aren't made of metal, and you know, ribbons and stuff that you get later on obviously doesn't. The crystal armor and stuff like that I don't think does either. But I have no clue about the adamant armor.
Oh, we will be seeing who this boss is in this key item.
It's Kanatsu. Okay. This isn't that bad of a spot to have Kanatsu, because I believe actually no, the wave is HP based, so Konatsu doesn't exactly have like the most, or not Konatsu, but the Dark Elf doesn't exactly have the most HP in the world. So
Very high magic defense, but this Yang's gonna make pretty short work of it.
Oh yeah, there it is. He's already in the shell, so a couple more hits should probably take it down. If not, just one more. He is weak to ice, but man, does it really not matter at this spot.
Yeah, I believe this is a 255 magic defense spot.
Which is really weird considering that, like, in the base game you have Tele here, and you can just cast Weak on the dragon, because it's not resistant to that, but it's got really high magic defense otherwise. Takes it down
And
with
she's
ease.
through.
Let's see what our key item here is. Oh, she doesn't have any underground access. Wait, yeah, she does. It's a rat tail.
Rat tail, but she doesn't have the hook to turn it in.
No, yeah, no, it's, oh no. Oh god, no. She's gonna get a quick escape here, hop back on that bird, and maybe she'll remember or decide to go to the Baron basement to fight that Odin.
And I don't believe she has found the pass either, so whenever getting this crystal, she will have to either shop for the pass or walk the moon.
There's no key items on the moon.
Bahamut spot.
Oh yeah, you're right. Bahamut spot. That's right. I forgot about that. Because the lunar bosses don't give you any key items. It's just Bahamut.
Correct.
Summons count as key items. That's so weird to me. I mean, I guess it's not that weird because you need to find extra places to put key items for no free lunch or whatever. But yeah, I did totally forget about that.
Which is where she's heading now.
Yep, going to Bahamut. I don't know what the boss is at Bahamut. She also hasn't. Oh wait, that's the only cane, right? The hook is the only
Yep.
cane. We've checked everywhere else. Yeah. So she needs to fight.
That
Plague.
is the only cane.
It's a required Odin. Or Plague, I should say, in the Odin spot. Which is normally never something that you want to see, but even more so right now. That used to trip me up too. Oh wait, no, she was checking the boss. I thought she was trying to walk over the invisible pathway.
No, that's down in the looter subterranean.
I'm projecting.
We can't jump. That's how I usually get over there. In jump seats.
Yeah, press B to jump or whatever. What a great idea for a weird flag. That's so genius, but like it's so weird.
It's just the CPU here. Shouldn't be too terrible with the HP based attacks.
Yep, and with a lot of HP go around and really easy access to some high-level cures, the only thing that this is really going to be is just a battle of attrition that she is definitely going to win. So the defender now that the defender node is taken out, it's just the other two CPU or computer components left. What does Mazer stand for, man?
I am not sure. I don't know if maybe it's a bad translation, but no, they have laser with the Dr. Luge fight.
Yeah, the Dr. Luge fight is laser. That's why I'm really confused. Is it like Mega Laser? Because it's a better laser than Luge's?
Well, she has Yang punching away.
Yep. Is she casting Float? Is that what that was? I totally missed that. Like, I was confused as to what she was trying to cast there.
Fast.
Oh no, it's fast. Okay. It started with an F, so at least I'm not that blind.
Hey, float is a viable thing. You could float that attacker if you get lucky and start throwing quakes.
Yeah, that is true.
You gotta reflect it though. I've lost that 50-50 gamble a number of times.
If because they're not actually floating, they just have the animation that shows them to be floating.
Correct.
You can still get under the you can still get under that CPU's reflect if you have the attacker or defender grounded, not grounded in the air, because they're technically grounded as they are. So it's a very interesting strat that if you're a full mage comp, you might as well just see if it works. It's not like you're gonna be able to what's it called? It's not like you're gonna be able to deal much damage with full mages otherwise.
Yeah, and I have run into that before. It is not fun. So
that's a genius strat too. Casting Blink on the attacker node so that if Yang attacks it, it just misses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I never thought of that. That's 1,000 IQ right there, dude. It hurts having a brain that big.
Yep, had the Berserk on Yang to let him just go. He's fasted as well, and can't do anything to that attacker with the blink up.
That's a neat strat.
Well, she should be making short work of this pretty quickly.
Yeah, just a few more swings of that Yang, and HP values, I think, are the biggest thing that escapes me. I can, at this point, I've gotten used to what spots are punchy, which spots are not punchy, which spots deal really big, hurty magic damage. But HP values are like the hardest thing for me to remember for some reason.
Yeah, I believe this one has about 30,000. I missed to see if the defender got a remedy off to, really check, but I think this is in the ballpark of about 30,000 or upper 20,000s.
That's a lot of it. I mean, compared to the rest of the moon bosses, that's like chump change, but that's still a lot of, that's still quite a bit of HP otherwise.
CPU down, 70,000 XP richer.
And that Porum just learned Holy, so, or White, I should say. So, Glass Helm. Very nice piece of equipment. You do not care about that piece of equipment anymore, though. It's a cool hat, and that's about it. Exit for a quick escape, and let's see if she remembers that she has to go to, or just decides to go to the Plague spot, or the Odin spot where Plague is.
Heading back to Earth.
So we probably will see it, actually. Because she already did Earth Crystal. She already did Lukaki. She already did Package and saw that there was nothing there. She got the key item from the D-Mist. She has all those other key items from the other various spots. The only thing that she doesn't have is a pass from a shop, the hook from the that spot, and then the magma key that you get after going through Lower Babel, right?
Magma key was from D-Mist.
D-Mist, that's right. No, so she hadn't checked D-Mist yet. I don't know if she even got it. She had to have gotten it because she has the Luca key, and she did the Luca key. So yeah, she has magma key.
Yeah, that was actually that was her path on the ground.
Which means she's literally just missing the hook. That's it.
Yeah, that was actually her path underground.
Yeah. All right, bees. I believe.
I think she's got this in the bag.
Oh yeah, nukes, really fast Yang with really high attack. It's easy. These two characters alone, she probably doesn't even need the Porum, but the Porum's got Holy, so she can just cast that on top of that. And she already has someone on the ground to cast Life on, which she's... Oh, never mind, she's Berserking. I was gonna say what she can do, like, right now, but... I think she's just gonna go for the instacast spells to hopefully end it. She could do some run buffer strats here too, where you just like keep the timer at 1 forever because you keep bypassing the ATB ticks while you're at 0. That Nuko is probably gonna do it. Maybe that punch? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Punch did it. And she will be getting her hook, which will lead her right to Kane, and she can get her crystal and head on to Zeromus.
I would be like face palming so hard right now. If it was me, I'd be like, oh, really? This spot of all places? It was a very close fight, but yeah.
Yeah,
Sealed the
it's
deal. Got the hook. She's ready to progress and perhaps find a pass, or just say, you know what? It's been a long seed. I'll make it. I'll just walk it so that I don't have to waste time trying to look for a pass.
I think the pass was also in Silvara.
Everything was in Silvara. Even if it wasn't, I'm just gonna assume that it was there.
So yep, she has her 1 character check. Gonna go pick up this cane, get her crystal, and we'll do the moonwalk. And
Okay, she's doing this first. She's doing the character check first. I was gonna say, if she's doing the rat tail right now, and then she gets like a free pass from that, that's actually like low key value. But nope, she's just gonna go get the cane.
The pass is only in the shop, unfortunately.
Oh, is it only in the shop? Oh, if
Yeah.
the pass is included in the shop, it's only in the shop.
Correct. It's not in the key item pool.
Interesting. Okay. So if there's a seed, if there's a flag set where the pass is included in the shop, does it still not count as a key item, or does it still count as a key item either way?
It doesn't count as a key item in terms of 10 key items.
Oh
Ever.
wow. So it's just basically another item.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
But we like to track it just so that you know if they have the shortcut or
just to make
not.
sure. Yeah, just to make sure. Because it's still important to know if they have it or not. She is not going to need to fight Dr. Luge. She is just going to take that cane and get out.
Yeah, as Gunna Pilot Spaz is pointing out, it can be a key item and in the shop and in the chest if you turn on all 3 options.
Yeah, that is true. I've actually seen that. I've actually seen those flags before. Oh, the names for the main 5 characters are cool people turn on Flash or turn off Flash. That's funny. Yep, there.
Very nice.
That's so good. I love when people like put messages. I love
That's
the
one-
Flash. Nostalgic.
That's
I
one
would
thing I forget.
I'd probably never keep the Flash on if I was streaming, but whenever I play like casually or when I'm doing Seed of the Week and stuff like that, I always keep it on. I love seeing the flashes. It reminds me that something's happening.
Still have the sound without the flash.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true.
And she's going pass hunting, it looks like.
Bacchuses? There's Bacchuses? All right. Well, didn't
There's
know that.
everything.
Yeah, I just didn't see him in there. I don't know if anybody's ever I don't know if anybody actually checked that store.
I don't think so either.
Aside from Bees just now.
Yeah, she's looking through, trying to find. She's not found it yet.
No pass in the inventory, so. Oh wait, maybe it is. Oh yeah, it is. She had one right there.
Oh, it is.
Where'd she get that? We went this whole scene.
Maybe it wasn't in Silvara.
17 out of 17. Good job. I will admit there is something incredibly satisfying seeing every single thing lit up.
Everyone was moving so fast.
Yeah, it was 4 people at once. It's hard to get back into it after doing 1v1s for so long.
Here we go. One final round of Lotusmas.
One final round of Jennifer dumped me. Bonus points to people who understand the joke.
So it looks like she might be going for a more traditional fight here, having just the base level Kayn and a low level Edward.
Yep, and Zeroma's is going to be really, really, really slow though, considering those two specific factors. If she gets a wall out, oh, never mind, it's not going to matter because Big Bang's going to kill them both. I was going to say if she gets a wall out on the Kayn, she doesn't have to worry. She doesn't even have to worry about him dying, but that is not true at all because Big Bang will one-shot him and Edward. Traditional strats here are actually kind of nice to see because of the way that her route went. Like, if this was the route that I had to go through, then I would definitely be doing probably the same thing that she's doing right now because I didn't have time to, you know, I don't have time to defeat apples, I don't have time to grind for more levels, so I'm just gonna go for like hybrid strats with some of those Blockus wines that I got out of the shop that I just went to.
Yeah, and I would definitely be seeing Yang start chugging on those wines here shortly.
That Boreas is going to do a laughable amount of damage. $376. Oh no! Oh god, why? Why'd you gotta do this to him, Z? Aww.
Lotusmas did not like Kayn trying to freeze him out.
He was not a fan of that at all.
Could be a favor. It's one less person clogging up the queue, yeah. And hey, got the reflected nuke back.
Wasted ATB ticks as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, she's got this easily. She's got food hitting 6k.
That's so much damage. And I think she also has the 99 elixirs as well. Those were in Tamra, and that was one of the shops that she went to, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
She has no worries on HP, no worries on damage. Yang's hitting for a butt ton. More than once, like every second. Keeping that wall target high and mighty on HP. Surprised there's no double nuking coming out from the Porum with that white spell, but probably not really think about it too much trying to get these nerfs off with the slows.
That's one thing I'm terrible at is nerfing Big Bangs. I guess.
Usually I ask myself, has it been a while since he's shaken? If yes, I'm gonna throw one out just to be safe. And see, there it is. That nuke went off as soon as he started shaking. That shake is gonna refill his. I think that refill or that shake is gonna be what puts his. I can't think for the life of me what it's called. His magic power is gonna put it back up so that his Big Bang does a ton of damage. But I think that because she did that right before the shake happened, that is gonna stay nerfed because of like probably some weird SNES type glitches that just keep it from going in.
This is a well-programmed game.
Let's see if that did it. Even if it doesn't, it's probably still gonna be fine.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely not nerfed.
and her characters just shrugged it right off.
Yeah, and they did not care one bit. Oh, you're gonna create a universe to try to kill us? Cool. Good job. A lot of the final bosses in Final Fantasy have these really big, crazy, elaborate moves that just don't do anything, and it's really funny to me. Like how Sephiroth throws a meteor through like 10 planets, and then it collides face first into your entire party, and they shrug it off by taking like 200 damage and stand up. Yeah, Supernova, that's another one. Isn't the one that I was talking about Apocalypse? I could be thinking of Supernova and calling it by the wrong name.
I believe it is Supernova.
It's Supernova? Thank you. For the double clarification. It destroys Juve. It destroys everything. Yeah.
For you Final Fantasy 14 players, the Eden Prime move.
Eden Prime move. Oh man, is Eden part of like the new expansion? I haven't been there in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Scala.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to get anything Sephiroth related wrong when Scala Kitty is nearby. She will correct us.
Did Sephiroth do this? Is that
Scala Kitty, you're wonderful.
that emote in the chat? That looks. I know that it's not, but it looks a lot like a Persona 5 character. That I can't remember the name of. Talking about all kinds of other games right now. Futaba, thank you. Oh, is it actually? Oh, no way. That's cool.
Poorly Drawn Bees must have heard you. She just threw a whiteout to join with these nukes.
Oh, nice. I definitely like to see that. Hybrid reflex strats are probably my favorite strats because I never do them unless I'm doing like a race or like I'm doing one of the seeds. Like I only ever do that in randomizer. If I'm playing this game casually, I don't even touch reflex strats.
I mean, in vanilla, I only beat Saromas with Cecil and Rosa.
Yeah. Well, in vanilla, I think the game plan is just like throw out a million sylphs with Rydia, so that your entire party just stays at full health the entire fight, and then like cure with Rosa if you absolutely need to, because everyone else is doing so much damage.
There's the rocks, though.
Falling, let's go. This is the Porum and the Fusoya because they're wielding, assumedly, something really, really good that stops them from taking hits, and that's a crash, boom, bang, GG.
You can get your GGs in chat for Poorly Drawn Bees. Came in 21st place at 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 48 seconds, and we will see if we can get her in here for an interview. And we are joined by Poorly Drawn Bees. Gigi?
Hello, bees.
Hello, am I coming through?
Yes,
you're
you
going
are.
Very well.
Awesome. Well, did anyone order a 17 out of 17?
And we are joined
tonight?
by Poorly Drawn Bees.
Commander Leonhard did.
Well, there you go. Glad I could do that. What do you mean Baron Castle has 2 key item checks? I want a refund. What is this?
Odin counts too.
I am so embarrassed.
Don't be, because all things considered, if we're being fair here, you did check every single check that you possibly could have, and I can imagine that in your position, you're probably thinking like, I am missing absolutely 0 things. I'm the best player here. What's going on? Right?
Well, so what happened was halfway through the seed, like I felt really behind, and I was just like, so when I did Dwarf 2, I was going to do the Warp glitch, but I noticed that Warp was literally the only spell that Fusoya didn't have. So I did a few more checks or whatever, and I saw that like people were finishing, and I was just like, oh no, Luca key or the sealed cave key item check leads to Hook or something. So I started digging for the Luca key, found it. That was just an adamant, and oh no. Yeah, it checked literally everything except the 5 lunar subterranean bosses, and here we are.
I mean, you did because you had so much extra XP and levels, you ended up doing like regular strats, which is a lot faster than the item strats. So
Yeah.
you know, really thinking about it, you did it optimally for the run that you had.
Yeah, outside of the first 10 minutes, I didn't play too terribly at all, I feel. I just went the wrong direction. Other than forgetting a really easy check that turned out to be the key to winning the race, but, you know, little details.
A lot of people had issues with that plague early on, so don't feel too bad about that.
Oh, I don't actually feel bad. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because like everyone else is doing plague, and like I saw that you still didn't have hook, and I was like, I wonder if there's somewhere else that has cane.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I went to Giant, and I was like, maybe Vanilla Cane. Like, I should be powerful enough to plow through these bosses, and I did. And then I was like, oh no, it is Hook.
Yeah, unfortunately, the randomizer did not wanted to give duplicates of everyone else except for
Yeah.
It was crazy because like it was so weird because the rest of this seed is like so forgiving. Like everything in this seed is just like, you have a ton of apples. What are you gonna lose to?
Exactly.
Like, what's like typical methodology for trying to get through one of these apple seeds for you?
For me, so personally, character hunts are actually my least favorite objectives. But I want to play, right? But so far, my early plays are usually just like check Hobbs, check Baron, see who's where, that sort of thing, and then do some easy key item checks, see if I can get some other character checks, and then just try to go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a pretty standard start. Although I say that, and the diversity at the very beginning and middle-ish portion of the run were actually very varied. Like there was a lot of divergence early on in terms of the routing. So
Yeah, if I hadn't gotten... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say that's why I've been saying that this is one of those seeds that like really wants you to win.
Yeah, it was if I hadn't gotten distracted when I did the Baron character check, if I just went back and checked Plague, I probably would have shaved off like 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh well, that's some cheese.
I mean, you still did a good job with the way that you went through it, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to commend you on a way that you handled a number of the fights. Everybody else just appled up real early, but you did a number of early fights, without the apples, and the Thunderstruck on Odin and stuff like that. Very well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't remember what the apples were now. It was what was it, Agard or something?
Was it?
Fabul, I think, had some.
There was something good in Fabul, and there was something good in was it Agart? I think it was Agart. There was something good in Agart, and there was something good in Fabul. I think Agart had the Protect Rings.
No, Protect Rings were Kaipo. Agart.
Oh yeah, it was okay. That's actually what it was. I was totally confusing Kaipo and Agart. I didn't think Kaipo had anything.
Fair enough.
I lost track of which shops were good except for Silvara. That had the Adamant Armors and Avenger for Kane.
Oh, no way!
Silvara had everything. Silvara had everything a runner would want.
Nice. Oh, well.
If it's not hiding something in its treasure chest, it's hiding something in its shop. That's all there is to it. Silvara's like, do you check it? It takes 2 seconds and you're out of there. And if nothing was there, oh well, it was like 2 seconds. But...
Yeah, I'm glad I forgot to go through the credits there. I lost track of what I was going to say there. Yeah, I knew, I'm glad I did a couple practices just so I knew not to open too many chests, because, shops had everything, right?
Right.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm dead last, so we must be closing it out, so...
Yeah, it was still a good run. At the end of the day, everybody got through the seed, so it was not an impossible seed, and nobody lost.
Yay! Participation awards!
I don't know if I call it participation. You did still kind of,
Yeah.
But
I'm not upset with my play. I just, randomizers is randomized, etc.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everyone.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, and GG's once again.
GG's.
Take care.
And that does bring our time here on Randomania to a close. Do want to do a quick shout out to the Restream team. I have my co-commentator Avilon and Gundam Pilot Spez on the Restream, and Commander Leonhardt as our tracker.
Yeah, and I've been doing commentary here with Bad Karma. Great commentary with some funny moments, some tragic moments, and overall a very entertaining night in Seed entirely. So thank you for commentating with me.
Yep, and before we take you over, we're going to take you to Jenica Strife doing some a seed roll by another community member. And also we have Free Enterprise Legacy tomorrow night. It's going to be restreamed at 8:30. It'll be on the Free Enterprise channel, so please check us out there. It is a new racing club that we've had a lot of participation with. So come on out, give the Restream some love.
And just so everybody knows, it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that you don't
Yes.
get messed up by time zones and whatnot. It's always going to be Eastern time.
And on that note, I think we're going to be heading on over, so we will see you all tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, have a good night. Take care, everybody. Happy holidays, etc. And everybody be good and make friends.